For more update, please subscribe United News 24 YouTube channel and press the bell button. 1000 LB Sisters Tammy Slaton has grown over the years since the show's premiere. Looking back on her journey, she's clearly changed for the better. 1000 LB Sisters has shown Tammy Slaton's journey since the beginning of the series, and seeing her growth has been astounding. The TLC docuseries follows Tammy and her sister, Amy Slaton, as they both get their health in order and attempt to lose enough weight to qualify for bariatric surgery. While Amy had her surgery between 1000 Pounds Sisters Seasons 1 and 2, Tammy had a far more difficult time than her sister, with Tammy turning over a new leaf, which is being documented in 1000 Pounds Sisters Season 4. Taking the time to remember where she started is worthwhile. As she moves to the newest phase of her life after reaching her goal weight, which took nearly the show's entire duration, 1000 Pounds Sisters Tammy Slaton has overcome high levels of adversity to get where she is now. With even more change on the horizon, revisiting where Tammy's been could prove helpful to the TLC star. Early in the series, Tammy was shown as surly and disrespectful to her doctors and her family alike. With a bad attitude and a lot of trauma to unpack, Tammy knew she needed to lose weight but didn't seem to feel motivated to do so. The scale reading well over 500 pounds, Tammy had trouble doing the most basic activities and was nearly bedridden when viewers first tuned into her journey. With help from her sister Amy, Tammy decided to commit to a healthier lifestyle and was working towards the goal of qualifying for bariatric surgery that could aid in her weight loss. During 1000 Pounds Sisters Season 1, Tammy and Amy traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, from their native Kentucky to meet Dr. Proctor, who supervises their medical care. Though both sisters felt they could commit to their weight loss and turn their lives around, their dynamic was troubled from early on in the series. Tammy and Amy felt the effects of their new diets and had some volatile arguments early on in their journeys. Tammy typically got angry with Amy, who was focusing on her goal weight so he could marry her husband, Michael Halterman, and start a family. With tensions rising and Tammy not finding herself losing much weight, things got bleak for the TLC star. When the scale was going in the wrong direction for Tammy, things got even more difficult. With Tammy gaining weight instead of losing it, the family brought in reinforcements. Their brother, Chris, and their sisters, Ashley and Misty, were sometimes brought in to intervene with Tammy and try to help her see that her life was worth more than the way she was living. Tammy, who had sunken deeper into a depression, had trouble keeping herself stable or sticking to her healthier diet. While Amy was celebrating milestones in her life and welcoming her first son, Tammy was struggling and keeping her pain to herself. Throughout the first few seasons of 1000 Pounds Sisters, Tammy was dealing with some personal issues outside of her health that exacerbated her stress levels. On top of the issues she was facing due to her weight, she was in a difficult relationship that left her unfulfilled, and she was dealing with addiction in private, binge drinking, and often finding herself partying uncontrollably. While Tammy was outwardly claiming she was working towards a healthier lifestyle, she was maintaining poor relationships and poisoning her body. All this ultimately led to her most traumatic experience to date, a near-death experience. After facing COVID-19, Tammy was weaker than ever and still struggling with her weight. She wound up having an emergency with her health that left her unable to breathe on her own. After doctors were able to revive Tammy, they inserted a trach tube to help her continue to breathe, and she voluntarily chose to go to a weight loss rehab facility, where she lived for over a year. Tammy, who finally understood the gravity of her issues, took her time in rehab to face her problems head-on, though she didn't necessarily want to do so. The leap Tammy took was enough to kickstart her weight loss and ultimately change her life for the better. Tammy met with a therapist during her stay in rehab, and though her attitude was not always conducive to treatment, she finally opened up about her issues in a way that could promote healing. In order for Tammy to qualify for bariatric surgery, on top of losing the amount of weight required by her doctors, the TLC star needed to be approved by a mental health professional. Tammy spent a long time holding in her pain but finally managed to speak openly about her problems with addiction, her relationships, and her family history. She may not have dealt with all her issues directly, but opening up about them was a huge step in the right direction. Currently, with 1000 Pounds Sisters Season 4 still airing, viewers are still left a bit behind in the current times. Many know Tammy recently married Caleb Willingham, a man she met in her rehab facility, and has finally had her weight loss surgery. Tammy returned home to Kentucky for the first time in over a year at the beginning of 2023, and she seems to be doing well despite still having a long way to go. With a change in attitude and timing working in Tammy's favor, she is on the pathway to the success she's been craving. Tammy has made progress throughout the run of 1,000 Pounds Sisters, especially in the last few years. Though she still has a ways to go in her journey and has many obstacles to overcome, Tammy has finally reached her goal weight, has been approved for bariatric surgery, and found a relationship that's fulfilling. All this is far more than viewers expected to see from the Tammy they met in 1,000 Pounds Sisters Season 1. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our United News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.